partner.
Aye.
Yes, holding hands.
Where's your partner? You wait there.
Somebody, what you doing? I hope you fall.
God, Joaquin, yeah, that was brilliant. That was our best. But everybody got bruises and it was good fun getting wet and soaking and just having great fun.
I wasn't scared, but I was a wee bit nervous.
Yeah? Was anybody else scared, do you think?
Well, there's a girl over there, she was crying, like she was scared. I don't think she wanted to do it. There's a rope, and if you fall, you won't get hurt with it. You might get a bruise or something, but you won't, like, break your neck or something. And when you got up, you knew that you'd done it, and that was what was best about it, when you knew you'd done it. Okay? Yeah. I'm not doing
In Brookside.
So, how many nappies do you get through in a day?
Oh, about 40.
Phew, kids, eh? Who'd have them?
Huggies. Buy one, get one free.
Guess the Rolo, mate. Give you a what? I just want one of your Rolos.
If I have one, I'll give you one.
I don't have a Rolo.
I don't have a Rolo, I'm sorry.
I just want a Rolo.
Give it to me.
Give it to me.
I cannot give you what I do not have. Comprende?
Deliciously soft caramel, wrapped in really thick milk chocolate.
Well, would you share any of your Rolos?
Oi, you leave that alone, boy.
Exactly. Neither would I.
The opportunity to actually set the conditions for themselves. Generally, and most of the formal education section, that's directed down to them. And what we've actually tried here to do is say, here's the responsibility, take it and use it. And again, that's quite a difficult process for a lot of young people to go through because they're not expected to do that.
Basically, it was planning. How you had to go and buy your own food. In their contract, you have to put 100% into everything, and you had to be nice to people. So I don't want to do that, but you have to promise to do it. You have to sign something.
part of the process and the agreement of the contract was that they would commit 100% to the whole activities. Part of the activities is actually the cooking and cleaning of the centre. You're all very quiet this morning.
Ow. That's even dried. So long and that. Nothing else. Yeah, it's better than
What about the food? What about the meals? How, what's wrong with them? What's right with them?
What's right with them? I ate cheese sandwich every day. I mean,
Do you have to cook at home? Do you have to cook for yourself?
No. Sometimes. I get away doing handling, but then I hate the hang. Fucking tip tight, madam.
it's just normal. Sometimes my mom made me do the dishes anyway, so it's just part of my job.
To try and cook for the 14 people, organise the plates, the meals and stuff, get it hot food on the table at appropriate time. It's a difficult job. It's difficult for a lot of adult groups to start with, and again, I think they've done well, but again, it's part of the learning process that we've actually had to sit down and say, right, this time we're not here to do it. You get on and do it yourself.
Well, the whole function of taking a group of girls away is to challenge, you know, the stereotyping that exists in society, you know, about girls in the great outdoors, you know, that it's not for girls.
How did you feel about the abseiling yesterday?
Scary. I thought I was going to fall. I keep on thinking I was going to fall.
Why did you want to go first?
I just thought that I was wanting to try it, so I just said, well, I might as well just go the now, because nobody else wanted to go first. I like going first at everything. But no at the abseiling. I let Insa go first, just to make sure I didn't fall. Mountain climbing, maybe the boys can do it, so, and if the girls are scared, they'll laugh or something.
Yeah, the boys are like can do more things.
And actually doing the physical activity as girls is in itself challenging stereotyping that it's only for big macho men and that you need to be dead strong to do it and you can't climb a rock face unless you've got big muscles, you know. There's a lot more the girls can and you know, will do better, you know, with a bit of thought and a bit of practice. So.
Okay, and anywhere up that way. This one's speeding. Look for your feet. Look for your feet. Get a job at London Zoo. Right, that's you tied on up there. Right, so you can't really sort of fall off. Well done. Was it frightening at all?
Aye.
Where?
Around in the middle.
Just in the middle bit? Did it become exciting at all? Where?
At the top.
At the top bit. Are you pleased to be at the top? Okay, below. Next. Joanne. Are you sick, Joanne? Okay, not. Good.
I'll do this easy. I'm down.
Well done.
Ah, I don't know, I'm stuck.
No.
I'm not confident.
What do we think? Think for your feet. Think for your feet.
No, I'm stuck.
Well, I can't come and get you, so you have to work it out.
Oh, there's my crab.
Joanne, have a look for your feet. There's holds all over there.
Oh, that's nice.
That's the one.
That's nice.
And where do you go next? Yes, good.
Good one.
cruising.
Coming down now? No, you'll go up and then we'll come down. That's what I meant. That route, that's when you jump on. Oh, that's the abseil rope, yeah. Oh, I can't sit up there. Did he? Look at this here.
Try a smaller one.
Yo, these are Speedy Gonzales, hey. God, I'll fit in the nose. No, what are we thinking here?
Well done. Have a wee rest on there. Don't do that yet. Are your feet hot?
Who's next? That's our Jacqueline.
Right, don't do that. Don't do that yet, because I want to put you on this safety rope up here first, okay? Hello. It was easy? So did you think you were going to manage it when you stood at the bottom? You did? You thought you'd get to the top anyway?
It's good and it's dangerous. I'm at the top of the cliff up there and I didn't like, and you couldn't find anywhere to put your hands. It's easier than what I thought.
What were you thinking when you were climbing up the rocks?
Oh, I thought I was going to die. And coming down, I was like, oh no. I was really nervous, but...
What's the best thing about it?
That you've done it and you can say to people that you've done it.
Don't take it off yet.
Well done,
Right.
Did you feel safe when you were up there?
Yeah, because I knew that Sophie had me and Gary had me, so I was a bit okay, but I was nervous as well.
Political term. Right, register.
Put your feet apart. Open your legs. Well done, good.
Well, we've had the two groups out canoeing on Loch Ard. I mean, it's a perfect day for going out in water, and it doesn't matter if you capsize today. You can have a splash around, you can have a swim. They went exploring, and they realised that it's a totally different medium than they've probably ever been used to. They maybe splashed about in water on the beach, but to actually go and explore the open canoes and...
The canoeing was good fun. Like, you were to paddle from one end to the other and that. And you were allowed to jump in and that, so it was good fun. And we capsized lots of times. Is it cool? And it's really deep, so...
Obviously, it's very important that the group is kept under control because of the conditions, and we had to pull in the second group because they weren't really keeping that control.
And while I was doing canoeing, me and Insha, my partner, we went through... No, we went past the others and went far away, and the instructor called us, you shouldn't go there, you know.
Well, it compromises the safety of the rest of the group. So I pulled the other two boats into the side and said, unless, you know, we keep together as a group, then we'll finish there and then. They'd had their time on the water, and then we finished. And they all rushed off to the bus, and I said, well, we need a hand in taking the equipment back, because it's only fair. And they decided they weren't going to help.
Well, there's a problem. Now we have to go get the canoes or we won't.
No, we won't get the van.
Right, that's two of you that's carried one of these canoes. There's another 5 yet to carry a canoe. So could you help me, please?
So we can get in.
No, you didn't help drag the canoes from over there. Right, do you want me to do it by myself?
Aye.
Right, fair enough.
The contract that we set 6 weeks ago set certain conditions that the group had agreed to meet on a negotiated basis with the two staff. And since the beginning of the residential on Monday, that contract has been constantly broken. up until we reached a situation where the group was actually beginning to totally dysfunction with it.
It's been broken by the most fundamental way, which I feel, which is not 100% commitment to the activity. That was shown in one group's canoeing session and one group's rock climbing session. I'm unhappy to continue with this situation as a worker because I feel personally I'm wasting my time unless you can go away and negotiate amongst yourselves what you think should happen next.
Everyone here, so we just shake hands like it.
Look how it's silly.
It's an accused of everything. Well, accused.
Especially Jennifer. No, I didn't like that.
But I did. Just like give us.
And I hope they give us more chance.
Yeah.
Sophie, Gary, the reason why we were arguing is because our group here wanted to be together 3 days.
We are sorry for all the hassle we gave you. Please can we have another chance as we will try our hardest. And it's just going our signatures.
I want to ask you to clarify and you to go away and discuss whether that means you're prepared to work in whatever activity groups you're put into, whoever is in those groups.
That's not that, it's just that I was get put in another group. When they was get put together and I get away myself.
I think this particular group, the way it's come about, has been that we've ended up with more children with difficulties, whether it be learning difficulties, whether it be difficulties relating to adults, difficulties relating to responsibility. And I think we certainly found that with Jennifer. She found it really difficult to give in to this, give in to the contract in the sense of give her 100%. Because
the solution you came back with was that you were happy to work in any group you were allocated as long as there was one other person from your grouping with you. That is what happened today. And specifically, that produced in this group, in the group that we were in the morning on the rock climbing and that went canoeing in the afternoon, produced the situation that we're talking about. The bad behaviour, the total lack of commitment, the appalling level of organisation, and the bad treatment of an outside instructor.
There are 3 from this group that have agreed that they will go with everybody. The rest with you 3 now.
I'll go.
Marissa, you will go with anyone you put beside. Are you clear what that means?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Are you prepared to go with any group, any person that you're allocated?
No, I don't know how this is because I came for a fact Joanne doesn't want to say that.
Joanne?
She doesn't, she's only saying that so she doesn't get sent home.
You will work with anybody in any group. Absolutely clear about that. You know what that means, Joanne? Okay. Thank you. Jennifer. Is this unacceptable to you, Jennifer? Would you leave the room now, please? Okay.
Well, we had to write a new contract out and say sorry to Sophie and Gary for being pains in the butts and stop shouting, and Jennifer didn't want to agree to something, so she went home, and Joanne and Marissa wanted to go home because Jennifer was going home, and when they went home, Sophie took them home.
Because Jennifer, Marissa and Joanne didn't want to work as a group with other people. They just want to be with their friends. So, but the whole point of this residential is to get to know other people better, to make friends. So we just don't want to get along with that.
But usually by the end of residential, we've resolved any of the bad feelings that have come about through hard negotiating. And this group have done more hard negotiating than any other group have taken away. And hopefully they'll have processed what happened. I certainly think in the negotiations I kind of set myself up as the fall guy for actually saying, no, this is unacceptable. If you can't go for the contract, then I can't do that. I can't work my half of the contract if you can't accept it. But I was hoping that, you know, by the process that the structure to the negotiations that we had, that it would be clear that it had been a choice by the 3 individuals involved not to participate, and therefore it was their choice to go home. And
Amanda, don't climb too fast. Just take your time. I don't think you can fall.
It's been brilliant, loads of fun. I really enjoyed it.
There's nothing I didn't enjoy.
So, like, if your friends were going to come on something like this, what would you say to them?
Say they should come because it's...
I feel that this is a really valuable tool and way of working. The residential experience has always been very powerful because you're with people 24 hours a day for the number of days you're at the residential. Therefore, it's very rare that you will fail to move people on or they will move themselves on. It's a very intense process as well.
they'll have 13 friends that they've been through big experiences with, and they've been scared with, and they've been up and down the emotional heights with, and they feel quite comfortable with. And that is a strong resource when they go back to school.
Got the longest tongue.
She could touch her thighs with it. Good guy.
Part of me wanted to go home, and part of me wanted to stay another night. Yeah, so it's quite fun to stay here. But I miss the foods at home. My mom's cooking.
So I think that's one of the other processes that goes on, is that you're challenging their attitudes in a positive way and trying to change some of their attitudes, you know. Because as youth workers, that's what we're about. We're about challenging young people to look at their attitudes and change and learn how to live in a society which has people different from themselves in it, and people with different values and attitudes from themselves in it, and learn how to cooperate and coexist with that. They're only starting that.